me, boss. You.
Hello, everyone. I'm waiting for a few minutes for people to get on. All right. Yay! Some of you are getting on. Some of you are getting on. Awesome. Hello, some sound. All right. So I see some people coming in. Give me a few more minutes and we'll get started. A few more minutes and we'll get started. A few more minutes and we'll get started. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm putting the link on my directly to the stream site, so the page, so you can go directly to YouTube. Because I know sometimes some people said they couldn't hear well on the through the website, and then some people say they can hear better on YouTube. So I'm gonna send that. I'm gonna edit right now and put it on there. Okay. All right. Okay, 1 second, and put that on the page, and we'll be good to go. How's everybody's day been so far? Hope that everybody's day went well, been well. pray that I had gotten a few calls from a few people who went to the store and bought some of those products. YouTube. So I know people are testing it out, so I'm excited for those 3 churches that are going to use either the Elgato or going to be using the Blackmagic. So that's exciting. That's really exciting. So I just push the button. There is under resources a button that says watch stream from YouTube. So you can click on that and you can go directly to YouTube to watch the stream. If this is fact not working, if you're having issues, you can go here or then jump over, click on the button and go to watch, click on the button that says watch stream from YouTube. Okay. So we're gonna get started. Are you doing a second? Oh, yes. You like media.com/stream. All right. So I'm on, and I'm hopefully people are going to email me, and hopefully they'll get it and hop on real quickly. So I just want to do a quick review. First of all, again, thank you so much for those who are hopping on for the talk of the second part of streaming online, streaming your church online. Many may follow me on Facebook. Today I was working on some stuff for Public Church. We on the stage, and we're just kind of getting things ready for Sunday. It's exciting because you can see the development of ministry, the creativeness of ministry, and it's been awesome. Like just being a part of it and seeing it develop. And I encourage you all to just kind of research and look at other churches and what they're doing, because there's so many creative things that are happening for different churches. Like I said on Fallbrook's page, where Pastor Mike is reading to the kids, and then we have a fitness section where people are doing fitness videos. We have a children's section on the website where they're seeing just creative things happen. Kids are learning the Bible through their own page. So I encourage you to use your website, create videos. I think I saw Pastor Deshaun Freeman. I saw you do some creative videos. That's good. That's what I'm talking about. This creative stuff, get content out there, because as I said earlier, that you got to communicate with your audience. Obviously, they're online. They're doing other stuff. And when this is all over, they're going to connect with a ministry that connected back with them. And so I'm excited about it. So if you can't hear me, hopefully you can get back in to Fallbrook Church. Yeah, you know what? I looked on today, and the Blackmagic thing is on back order from B&H. But you still need to get Pastor Deshaun for me. It's still once it come out of back order. This is a beast right here. So hopefully it'll be out of back order, and you can get it within a week or two. So you need to definitely. This guy keep asking me which is the link above. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this gentleman here. Okay. All right. So let's move forward. Recap. So we talked about again Elgato, and I had 3 pastors went out and got this today. This is cool. I mean, a lot of people use this, and I just finished doing from Lower Thirds for some of their churches. So Elgato, this is available. You should go to Fry's and get this. Best Buy, you can get this. This is available, but you got to quickly get it because I think a lot of people are using. And there's other streaming devices I saw today. There's a couple other brands out there that does the same thing as Elgato. And so you need to, yeah, if you can't get the Blackmagic, get this. This is worth the investment. If anything, later down the road, you're going to use it, okay? So then today I also looked up another thing. I didn't want to not recommend it because I did research, but if you are looking to do something more intimate that maybe not require a lot of lower thirds, can't do graphic, you just want to stream out, GoPro has a live setting, a GoPro HD, a GoPro 4. They have a streaming system in GoPro. So basically, you turn on GoPro, you connect using the app, an iPhone or an Android. You connect it through the GoPro, set it to the Wi-Fi, and you basically control the GoPro from the app. And we got Pastor a GoPro today, just in case he's at home and we can't go anywhere. He's going to use his app, his phone, and the GoPro, and he's going to go online to YouTube or Facebook from where he's at. And GoPro is an easy setup. No, it doesn't have lower thirds. You can't grab other stuff, but it's a great tool. It's a quick tool. He's got a little mount he got under it, so you can set it up. So the GoPros are really good. The ones that got the streaming setting in, and it's really, the interface is very simple. You see it, it says stream, record. That's it. That's all it has. Of course, in the back end, you got to connect your account to Facebook and choose what, if you're going to put on your home page, or you can put on your church page or whatever page. But after you do all that settings, it's a quick push a button and you're streaming. And so look into a GoPro if you're looking for something really simple. I think those things were like $399, $349, and that's it. You know, you got to get a tripod, so that's under $500. But again, like I said, it's a small thing. If your pastors, if you want to give to your pastor or give to somebody, just have to do that small, intimate type deal. That's a good source to use that. But moving forward, I want to talk a little bit about doing lower thirds, creating your own lower thirds. Okay, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna hide this, and I'm on Photoshop. Okay, and I have my parents, of course, here, and I do lower thirds for them. And so basically, just a quick run through about what is lower thirds. Lower thirds are graphics that sit on the bottom of a video. Sometimes you see that moving or you see a still. I like to create custom lower thirds because it matches the ministry, right? So I can drag different images in there. So just a quick tutorial. And if you don't know how to do this, you don't want to know how to do it, that's fine. I can train later on your media department or your ministry. I can give you links to show you how to do it. Yes, you have to have Photoshop. This is Photoshop software. Photoshop is for Mac and for PC, so you don't have to worry about what fighting the operating system. But Photoshop is a professional software and industry used. Okay, so basically, what I'm doing is I'm gonna do a brand new one. Okay. I'm going to go to Photoshop here, and I'm going to do a new one, okay? And it gives you this new setup here. I'm not going to do a letter. I need to change this to a pixels, because when you're dealing with video, it's widescreen. You know, everything's widescreen. Nothing's like square unless you're doing a flyer on Facebook or whatever. But everything's wide, and so everything's in a scaled. When it comes to graphics that are wide, 16 by 9, on pixels, you're talking about pixels because you got to have the right pixels to match the screen. You see how it's square, the wide screen, it looks like it could be a widescreen TV, right? So the specs that you need is 1920 by 1080. Okay, 1920 by 1080. Okay, again, I may be going fast, but I'm going to slow down, and you can always, I'm going to send you some links. I'm going to put on this website, links about lower thirds, okay? So I have now a blank wide screen here. So then let's say the ministry color is, and I'm bring this tool over here. The ministry color is, yeah, okay, I'm gonna pick this yellow. Pick a yellow. So what I did was, I'm gonna tell you what I did. So I chose this little color right here, this little color here, tapped on it, and I went over here and chose this color, okay? Then I chose this box under the T, this box, and I'm just gonna push down and create a box. Bam! I created the first layer, right? Right. So then I'm going to put and text over it. So I use the T for text. And if you hover over it, it tells you what it is. It says text tool. It gives you a little definition of how to do it, right? Cool. So you're not going to get lost. So then I basically tap over it and I put whatever I'm going to write in there. But you see the color of it, it's the same color. You can see up here it changed here. I don't want the color to be yellow because the background's yellow. So I'm going to change the color, tap on the color, make it black. Okay? And I'm going to call it Jesus Church. Right? So now, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do Jesus Church. It's here, www.jesuschurch.com. Right? So now I got that part. So then I may want to put the church logo on the right. So maybe I import a logo. And again, I'll show you how to do this, how to do more importing, and we'll talk more in logistical detail. I don't need you, Siri. So let's see. I'm just going to throw this in here. I don't know what this is. Okay, fine. It's an image I dragged and dropped in there. I literally dragged and dropped it in. All right? So pretend that's the church logo, okay? Great logo, wonderful. So now that I got all this done, if you go over to your far right, they have this thing called layers. And what I need to do is I need to take this white off because it needs to be transparent. If I don't make it transparent or cut out, they're not going to see the video of the pastor above it. So I have to take the background. See these layers? It says background. I'm going to hide it by clicking on the eye. And now it's transparent. All that above it, it's all this right here, it's all gone. So now I go to File and I export it. And I export it to a PNG. Label it Jesus Church. Okay. Okay, I'll put my downloads folder. So now my lower thirds is done. So when I go into Elgato or I go into OBS or I go into the software for Blackmagic, I can import this image and I'll go back so you can see what the image looks like when it's done. Look. See, it's transparent above here. So the logo is sitting a little bit above there. That's going to look nice. Let me put this up so you can see it. There we go. So it's going to look really, really nice because all this is transparent, right? So then when the pastor's front there, they can say, oh, join us live and so and so, and then you pop up the lower thirds. And that's how I create lower thirds. It's a quick, simple tutorial, but we can walk through it in more detail, and I like to do one-on-one. If you want to do that, let's do that, okay? So again, here is a lower thirds that I did. Here's another lower thirds that I did. And then here's another lower thirds I did. So you can be creative with these things, and the more custom your lower thirds is, the more it looks so professional. Like when they on the other end, the presenter, the person sitting there watching your project, man, okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's like that's sick. That's professional. That's next level, right? That's not like you're not taking templated stuff. That irks me template. I want something that's custom, that's connected. The colors match my logo. Everything matches my ministry. And you you can use Photoshop to do that, okay? Any questions about lower thirds, again, I will put in here a training of like some links on how to create these lower thirds. And we can talk one-on-one about that. But this is next level, you know, we can stream all day, but this is next level. And I'm gonna show you some stuff, like for instance, that I put together, and I'm gonna close this down because it's probably taking up all my memory on the computer. Okay, so I'm gonna show you some stuff that, excuse my mess, this is a lot of junk on it. Well, not that stuff that I do. Let me see. So, right here. See, that's another one, lower thirds. So I'm putting these custom lower thirds underneath. Like when we did our watch party, a live service, I created lower thirds. Look at these lower thirds. Ooh, look at that. Nice. Okay, these are buttons, but I will talk about in a minute. But you get my drift. Like, okay, all my giving. Here, look. Ooh, that's good. So when somebody gets up and say, join us live and so, and you put that low throw on there, woohoo, I mean, they're going to want to give. Because it's custom. It matches the ministry. I match, when they come into the service, the graphic, I match everything. It's just like building something, building a house. You want things to match. You want things to look good. You want everything to kind of color code. You don't want different colors all the way. It just doesn't show that the excellence that you need it to be. So, any questions? I know that's a lot. I know it. I know. But I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. If it's a lot, I understand. But I'm going to help you. Okay? Let me talk a little bit about, you know, when you do your services on Elgato, when you do your services on whatever streaming device that you have, and you're recording your stuff, people want to see content almost even real time. And I'm going to pull up, I like to just pull up what I know. So I'm going to pull up what I did today. What I did today was, let me see here. Today I went and I updated our church website. And I took some videos that I created, some that were live and whatever. And let me go to Fall Church. Someone said, can you have multiple lower thirds that you can interchange doing live? Absolutely. So in whatever streaming device that you're in, Elgato has it. Most services, most streaming software that does not have them, that you can line them up so that you can just go between each other. Absolutely. You definitely need to have it set up, right? You see how that banner looks just like that lower third? Okay, so we can talk about that. Again, everything's the same, right? So then what I did was I took some of the videos that I created, and I created with Vimeo. Vimeo had a live, they have a player, and it turns like this player into a, one somebody said, they can be set up in Photoshop? Yes, you set up in Photoshop, you export them out as a PNG, okay? You have them all set up in a folder, and you load them up before service, and they're set and ready to go, so you key them in, okay? Good question, very good question. So back to this. I don't throw any, like all the videos I create, I don't want to go to waste. So I created this little player in here, and with Vimeo, Vimeo.com, you can create your own little like network. So I create like a little FB TV network where it has 12 videos playing like ongoing. So they just like videos and after videos and content after content and pastor sharing and all that. And like that mailing list that you saw that join our mailing list, I created that in Photoshop and I put them in here. I created this in Photoshop, put this in here. So I know we're getting off the streaming, but graphics make streaming look 1,000 times better, okay? if you're trying to go past that, because I was talking to another pastor and they were saying, well, how do we engage them? Well, one, you got to have good graphics, and then two, you got to stop and, especially when you're in service, and let them know, okay, thank you for joining us. Communicate, engage with them, ask them how their days, do some trivia, because they're getting out of bed. They ain't putting clothes on and putting a hat on ready to come to your service. They're relaxed, chill mode. So there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle to streaming. So that. So I'm gonna any questions on that? I'll go back to that. But I'm gonna go to if you have a second computer or browser, you can pull up. I will do that. If you have a browser, pull that up and go back to our stream. Okay. For giving, if you click on the link, should it lead to okay. I was gonna do another stream about this, but I guess people are asking me, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it, okay, about streaming, about giving. And I was gonna do another live about it, but hey, let's just put it on in here. And if it helps you, then cool. If it doesn't help you, then maybe share with somebody else. When it comes to giving, some churches, they have a standard, whatever. But I encourage ministry, especially smaller ministry, is make it less of an excuse for people not to give. Okay, meaning you need to have Cash App, you need to have Square, you need to have Venmo, you need to have Zelle, you need to have PayPal, you need to have every form of giving available to you. Every form. Let me pull this up. I just did a pastor's. I think it's five ways to get 5 ways. Where's that? It's redeemed. I gotta find it. I did a 5 ways to give graphic for him to put on his stream, and again, you got to have everything. And I would suggest, if you're building a website, to have a giving page, and have that giving page be as specific and detailed, giving you, if you're going to use Square, this is the steps of using Square. If you're going to use Cash App, here's the steps of using Cash App. Eliminate every excuse. I mean, make it A, B, C, D, E, F, G, so that at the end of the day, the ministry won't suffer because we didn't do our due diligence to make sure that it's clear, it's clean, and it's crisp, but this is where you're going to do. If you're going to text, you text the word to this, and they get a link, and this happens. It's got to happen, okay? So I hope that helps you to, about leading to, you said leading, I hope that helps. Click here, it shouldn't lead to, it should lead. Whatever giving leads to the giving stuff. You don't want to bombard them to, like on a website. Please don't do that. Just have, they can see, they can read. It says give, they click on give, but then when they're going to give, just make it as detailed as possible, as clean as possible, how to give, okay? I'm glad I touched on that, because I was going to do a whole stream for that, but I ain't going to do that. I think that covered that. Should the link lead to the website? Well, the question is, okay, your website should be the main place. Your website should be the main place where they get everything, right? Your website should be a place where they can see every tool, right? So when they click on giving, they need to see everything. How do you embed it? Okay, so some things are not embedded, right? So like Cash App, I don't think it's embedded. You gotta just say, for giving, Cash App us at pound, like it's a number sign and whatever it is, right? And then let me put my picture here. And then if it's a Squarespace, I think Square has their own link for that. Or if it's PayPal, there's a button for that. You know what I'm saying? So some are embedded and some are not. So create a giving page and list it all in there, right? And then you don't have to worry about it. But again, when I say you do that, be as specific as possible, be detailed as possible, A, B, C, because I'm telling you, the easier they can know how to give, the easier they can give. Okay, eliminate the excuses. Okay, because they can give any else place. I mean, it's easy to give out. Now that they're home chilling out, they can give anywhere else. I'm trying to find this because I want y'all to see this graphic that I did on giving. But maybe I'll find it and I'll put it on the screen, put it on the website. All right, good question. Move on to something else. All right, if you go to the website, your live media, yourlivemedia.com for the stream, that is where the stream is, and you scroll down to the bottom, you will see resources. Okay, there is a list of resources, and I want to go down the list of the resources to help you. Okay, in order. Okay, download the streaming product list. So you had that yesterday. That talks about the Elgato, where to go get it. You can download it. You can have that. That's yours. Okay. Streaming tips. I follow this company's website. It gives you like really good information on streaming tips. What I like is these things, and I live by these. Okay, it gives you some tips. One, keep your setup simple, and we talk about that. You ain't got to do much. Just keep it simple. Two, have equipment backup available. You gotta, as you technology, it's not gonna always be perfect. Technology sometimes has a mind of its own. I mean, I've experienced it before. Like last week, we were streaming live on Facebook everywhere. Okay, it's a church, and the streaming company that we were using just dropped in the middle of the service. That was right when Pastor was getting up. We had over 2,000 people watching us, and it dropped our website. Come to find that through reviewing with them, it was a glitch throughout the whole system. And after talking to other streaming companies, other streaming companies had the same issue. And so things happen. So you always got to have a backup. So I would suggest you look later on, to consider having a backup. Ensure your bandwidth availability, and see what I'm talking. Bandwidth is really important because I know for people who are using like Switch Studios. I talked about that yesterday. Switch Studios, you can use multiple phones or an iPad and switch between them. If you're going to use that, it's all powered by a quality internet provider. If your internet is pushing out good quality internet, it's like this is not pushing very quick internet right now. And AT&T, I've been on the phone with them for a couple of days. There's some issues in this area. Again, see, technology always has some issues. It's always issues. But to make sure you have a good bandwidth. So how do you know if you got a good bandwidth? You can go to and check your stream before you start streaming, going to www.speedtest. Okay. Again, this is next level. Speedtest.net, where you can check your upstreams and your downstreams. If they're not consistent, then you need to call your service provider and you can tell them, hey, something's wrong. Something's going on. It was this, but it's not that anymore. And so then you can work whatever keeps out with the service provider. And there's plenty out there. I don't know which is the best. Everybody's different, same, whatever. You can just do that, can compare the track on your own. But use this as a tool so you can test your speeds in your church or wherever you are in your home or wherever. Just test to make sure your stuff is legit. It's in compare. It's as the results are the same. So this says results. The upstream's got to be high, downstream's got to be high as well, so you can get that good quality stream. Okay. So moving on. Budget extra time for audio, and that's good because in the Elgato, I told you in this Elgato, there's an out here that goes to the board, right? You need time to talk to the audio guy and make sure the mix from the sound system coming into here is quality. Because if that sound system is everything's on like high, it's going to everything gonna sound muffled and everything. Your sound guy have to create a separate mix, and this is again this is later down the road, but separate mix where the piano is mixed in, it's not as big loud as the drums or the guitar or whatever source you have in there. That's next level. You have to have a different mix so that this coming in, that the people hear it, they hear a balance of music, singers, and everybody. Okay. Next is test your stream. Do I recommend iRig 2? Like I said, do I recommend iRig? Yeah, you can use it. I think because you can control the volume on the iRig, I believe. You at the end of the day, you just got to make sure you have good sound, right? So whatever you're plugging the iRig to the system, it's got to have that. It's got to have that quality. So yes, iRig is cool. Test your stream in your back. We talk about that. Test your stream with a backup account. Because you don't want to stream while you don't want to test live and people start getting there. So use your personal or use another account or something so you can test separately and not your church while you're live or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then 7, generate topic generations gets easier by experience. So you struggle with different topics, and we're talking about engaging the audience. That's all it's talking about. It's making sure that you're engaging your audience because, for instance, on Wednesday night, because we're at home and everybody's chilling, you ain't trying to be all stuffy talking about rude. You gotta have something. You gotta have a conversation with them because they're not sitting at a posture of church, right? They're sitting at home. They're laying in the bed. They chilling out, right? So I like when on Wednesday night, when Pastor get up there, he was saying, well, which was cool. He got up at the end, he said, okay, tell me what y'all cooking tonight. And people were just like posting, well, I had chicken, I had fried chicken, I had all this stuff. And it may be really corny to you, it may be corny to me, but when I look and see the engagement of people, it means the world. Because when people are engaged, that means this thing is working. Right? This thing is working. People are communicating. And when they're communicating, they feel like they're part of something, right? So engagement can be as simple as asking a question. I was on a live with T.D. Jakes earlier today. He was asking, well, how's everybody doing? Tell me how you're doing. And he waited. And he waited for people to respond. And to me, that may sound corny. It maybe sound small, but it's huge because you're engaging your audience. Your audience feels like, okay, I'm part of the stream, not lurking in, just kind of, peeking in and see what y'all talking about. I'm part of the process. I'm part of the Bible study. Okay? So go to this site. You'll find a lot of information on that site. Okay? And I put that there on the site. The second thing I had on that website was following this guy on YouTube. This dude on YouTube, he has amazing wealth of videos on how to stream better, how to grow as a videographer, a blogger. He got budget mics. If you're trying to go that way, how to get your lighting right, cheap lighting kits. See, you ain't got to spend a lot of money to make things with quality. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for things that are budget friendly for the ministry, because everybody got $1 million budget. Everybody got, people got whatever they have. And so, through this time, we're going to have to do more with less. So this guy, I encourage you to follow. He's got a lot of worth of wisdom when it comes to growing brands, growing your stuff, and then getting the proper equipment. And everything is, predicated on what you currently have. He's got just a lot of wealth of wisdom when it comes to using the right equipment, using the right video. If you want to get more in depth in there, follow him, subscribe to him so you can know when he's putting his next video. All right, so that's him. And then the next link I had was um, I created way before 2020 hit was I wanted to help churches using their people got pastors and ministry leaders have these iPads and iPhones, and a lot of them are not being used, not to the full capacity. You're barely using it, and you literally have the power. You have the power to do amazing things on your phone, and a lot of times you don't know what you have. And so in that link, it gives you 20 apps to be more effective in 2020. It talks about different sorts of apps to be effective when it comes to productivity, when it comes to management team. You can do that on the go. You don't have to be, in a office to do so. So I encourage you to look into that, get into that. The one after that is Compel Summit on Demand. I created in 2019 or 18 a online conference, and it has a ton of. It's got over 20 speakers. 12 to 20 speakers that are talking about marketing, media. It's talking about managing yourself. It talks about leadership, education, youth ministry. Talks about another gentleman is talking about world missions. So many great things in that Compel Summit on Demand. It's like $4.99, and you get all this stuff on it. It's like over 7 hours worth of content, and it's good. It's really good. I was impressed when I did. Like, this is some good stuff. So there's amazing speakers, amazing people talking about all different things that are for ministry as well as for business too. So I wouldn't say just for ministry. So check that out. Media Technology Ministry Manual. I created a manual, and some of you know about it. It's a 100+ booklet that talks about technology, from branding to know about color coding, to know about teamwork. So all talking about media ministry, help build your media ministry, more management, more in depth tools on there. So media technology ministry, and the last thing you got the stream. And I'm going to be adding about another 10 more buttons of resources on here. So look out for that in the next day. This is a link you just have to go back to every now and then and just see it, because I'm about to just load you up on content. And it's up to you. You go, your donations, whatever it was, that's what you got. And people who know me, I am a person that I give you so much stuff, but I'm just going to give it to you because, I learned is the more that I give, I give out, the more God gives me more back. And so I'm just loading it out to y'all so he can give me more. That's all I'm doing. So I'm going to send some more links on this page to help more. Any questions? I'm not going to go to another segment of streaming, but any questions so far? Any questions? Any questions from yesterday's topic? I know we dug deep really on the streaming part. Again, I had 3 pastors call me. They told me they're going to Best Buy. They went to Best Buy, and they ordered it, and they picked it up, and they were some people had questions about the cords, the right cords, the mini HDMI to HDMI, the right tripod to use. People had those questions, and I wanted to answer them. Any questions? Any questions before I move on? All right. Okay, so I'm going to switch gears on talking about the video side of streaming. Okay, creating videos for your stream. Okay, intros for your stream. Yesterday we talked about Igniter Media. Let me pull up. Actually, I'm gonna open up because my Safari has all my sites on there, so I'm going to Safari real quick. Igniter Media was one that we talked about, where you can get videos, right? Not Instagram, Igniter Media. Igniter Media. What in the world? Okay. Oh yeah. All right. Igniter Media. So this is a site that you can get a lot of content, right? Easter's coming up. What are we doing for Easter? Okay. What are we doing as far as media wise to make our service more engaging? This site has a whole lot of media content. And we talked about yesterday about having an intro video. And this site has intro videos, right? It has this thing talking about Hosanna, the King, just kind of getting people ready for the service at the start. We talked about having a countdown. Countdown is cool to have so people know we're about to start in 5 minutes. How many people are using countdowns? Anybody using countdowns? Anybody using this content? Or have you used a video in your stream? I want to know, what are you doing? Are you using it? What are you using now, if you're using it? Let me know. So we talked about that, but I want to talk more about SkitGuys. SkitGuys.com, right? SkitGuys.com is where I go to get, they got freebies. Come on, freebie videos. Look at y'all. Freebie videos. They have so many great videos that can connect with the pastor's message. And, you know, I'm trying to say this and not to sound whatever. You know, our Caucasian counterparts do very well about portraying and sharing a message and delivering a message in such dramatic, in such thematic, such just creative ways. We got to get on that bandwagon. We got to get on that because it's engaging. It's so engaging to connect a video, connect graphics with the service. So I don't know what's going to take in your church. I don't know what's going to take in your ministry. And so I encourage you to do that. Someone just asked a question. I'm going to stop and say, hi, I have a question. That's what he said. Let's see what she says. I have a question. What was your question? Pull up, because I see something I like. I hear I saw something, what you said. Okay, here, pull up. I have a question. Are the audio inputs in Blackmagic Mini the same as the Elgato? Okay, glad you said that. The Elgato has one in. So basically, you need to take that in and go straight to your board. However, with the Blackmagic ATEM Mini, has 2 ends, 2 mics, basically, 2 mic inputs. And in that 2 mic inputs, you can control the volume of both 2 mic inputs. So one can go into the computer for the sound to go in, or it can go through the board, right? But sometimes if you're doing this, let's say you're on another set or you're in another room and you don't have a board and you're just using this is an all one-stop shop because now you can put in 2 mics. So one could be your mic on a lapel mic for you, and one could be for the presenter, right? So you can have an interview. So it has that's the pros and cons. That's the benefit of this Blackmagic. And like I said, the price of the Blackmagic is $295 versus what, $179 for the Elgato. So I'm saying like another $100. You can get like industry quality transitions, $400 more. So good question. Glad you said that. Great question. 2 inputs, 2 different sources. So if you decide to take it on another location, you can have an interview, put one plug into a mic into the presenter, one for you or for the interviewee, and then they can talk back and forth. One input can be for the pastor talking, and the other input can go into the computer so that you can have some music playing into the stream. That's how you can bring the audio in. So you can go between it and you can mute it and then transition to him. So good question. Any other questions? Because that's a great question about the black magic. Because on top of, again, 4 inputs, you can do 4 inputs, and then you can do 4 inputs for HDMI video. So like 4 source of videos. So it could be 2 cameras. It could be 2 cameras in a computer, or it could be 3 cameras in a computer. And then you got 2 audio sources in. And then they got transitions on here that are cool too. You can kind of split it. I think, do I have? Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. So I can do slide it over. I can do slide this over. I can do, that's pretty cool. And then there's a dip in here. Okay. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 transitions, and you can slow down the duration of that, like the timing of it. So then you can do it slowly like this. That was fast. Let me slow it down. Very nice. So yeah, it's got cool stuff. You can just do some creative stuff. The pros and cons. So back to Skit Guys. So Skit Guys, again, is a great source for videos. They got Good Friday. I'm going to be using this. If prayerfully we have Good Friday, we'll maybe have a Good Friday service. I can pull all this graphics and all this stuff from Good Friday. Makes my job just easier. This stuff will go on the screens. You know what I'm saying? They got already video series, Easter video series. But I did want one Easter is, I put the lights down and got a really dramatic, and then they have it still here, a dramatic video of Jesus coming on his crucifixion and then rising again. And it was, I turned that bass up and turned the lights out. Folks thought they were in some type of movie. And that's, again, this gives you a lot more. Skit Guys videos are more premium looking. You know, they got a lot of industry companies in this thing, and they got backdrops too. I love their backdrops, behind words, and then I love that they have it in different seasons, because they got Mother's Day, they got Father's Memorial Day. We always have a Memorial Day video, and when we put those things in our services, because I noticed when we do that in our stream and in our service, people are just excited that we are respecting Memorial Day, Labor Day, and when we do that, it affects the ministry. It brings growth in ministry, because they see you respect different ministries, different times, different holidays. Not just the same Easter. You know, you gotta. There's a lot of it. Like we do cancer awareness. We really kind of beef that up too. And so, anyway, I want to talk a lot about the video side. And the reason why I'm talking about the video side, because of the fact that needs to start coming into streaming. You got to bring that in, so that your people not sitting here just looking at your pews all day. I mean, what they say about it is attention span. Attention span is like, I mean, it's bad. It's you have to engage them to keep them engaged, and you got to do a lot of stuff to keep them looking at your stream, because literally on Sunday morning they can be looking at you and then just do the simple boop, and they go on somebody else's church just like that. You know, it's sad, but the truth about it is, you know, that's where we are. You know, so they got this COVID-19 kit, so they got a lot of stuff to help, and they're doing some training on here to try to help you get your stuff together on Sunday. So it's just, Skit Guys is a couple guys who really are about ministry, and they're about putting good content out and helping ministries grow. And they're very strategic about what they put on here. So, and I talked about share faith, and I want to dig one part of share faith that I didn't show you, right? ShareFace has the video part on it too, and I want to church graphics. They got mini movies as well, and I use these mini movies too. Like this is this Sunday. You know, and we talked about it yesterday. They got the one thing about ShareFace is they have more graphics. Look at that. I mean, you can pull that. That'd be great to show like join us please online. So it's council. These are good premium stuff, premium content that you can post. But what I said yesterday, what I liked about this was their content. You can download some of them downloadable to PowerPoint, so you don't have to have programs in it. And that's what I want to talk to you next about. Here's some premium. When we're talking about premium software, we know Photoshop, Illustrator are premium software editing. When it comes to really doing, because they're out there. I know we got easy worship and all the others, but there's a one standard we know that across the board most churches have it, and that's ProPresenter. And ProPresenter, yes, it's costly, but it is one of the best presentation softwares for churches. It makes your stream easy because you can literally drag and drop and create your whole service with scriptures, with pre-made graphics already in there. It comes loaded with a whole bunch of other stuff in it. You can put all your songs and your choir songs, load them in, and when they go back to them, you can load them back. It's to me, the best presentation software for churches. And they just released ProPresenter 7. I didn't put ProPresenter on my 7 computer because, when you start getting those new softwares, you got to wait till they get that glitch out before you start putting them on a new one. So I got 6 until they can still get the glitches and everything out of that. But I wanted to tell you what was new. What was ProPresenter 7? Okay, because it is a game changer. So you can connect all your social media. So in this one place, you can be sending out graphics, sending out lower thirds, communicating, engaging on social media. You have all your files and you have all your presentations there. You have everything everything that you need to build your service graphic-wise there, and that content can be sent out for your stream. It's amazing. It's really good software. I love how they manage their work. Like when the pastor's asking for the words on the screen, even for the stream, it looks really, really nice. And I can go on and on about this stuff, but consider taking a look at ProPresenter. What does it cost? I believe it's like $3.99, $4.99. Yeah, I know. But it's you're looking for something premium. You're looking for something that works well. I highly endorse ProPresenter. Any questions? Any questions about what I've shared so far? I got about 10 more minutes, and I'm gonna let you all go. I've talked my hour out. I want to share again before I finish up and wrap up that I am always available to talk one-on-one about whatever you need to get your media ministry, your streaming to your next level. You can always contact me. It's always at my hip, just like this lady just sent me another message. What is your church name? The name of the church that I am assigned to, that I'm under at this moment, is Fallbrook Church. You can go to fallbrookchurch.org to see all the work that I've done. Okay. And I've been blessed to be there for 5 years. We'll be at 5 years. And you'll see all the graphics. And my responsibility is to do all the graphics. And, it's definitely a task. But I love it. And I love sharing what I have and what I've done that will help other people. All right. So this, Michelle said, you have to have the right cables, though. Yes, it does make a difference. I was just talking to another pastor. The pastor was like, "Oh, I have some TVs I'm going to put on the wall," and he was like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna go to Amazon and I'm gonna get these HDMI cables." You can't just buy any HDMI cables because some of these HDMI cables are not of quality, and so they don't last long. So it is about the cables, the right cables, investing in the right cables. Especially when you start putting stuff in the walls, or you got long extended cables, and where people are trampling over and stepping over them and it's just movable. You definitely have to invest in something eventually that will endure. And what they say, cheap people pay twice. But not to say that you can't get things of quality and do it in the form of price. Is that there's some areas that you're gonna later on gonna have to trade out. Might be patched today, but later on you can always upgrade. But it is at the end of the day, you do need to have something of quality if you want it to work consistently and work for quite a long time. And do you have to have a Mac for it? No. I think ProZen is just, let me check. I thought ProZen for Mac and PC. Let me see. Mobile requirements. Let's see. Yeah. ProZen is for Mac, and Windows. Yeah. And it looks like it says key fields. This functionality requires a compatible Blackmagic Ultra Studio or a DeckLink. So there's some compatibility with the Blackmagic with these. So, any other questions? That was good. Yes, about the cabling, and yes, either Mac or PC would work. I'm a Mac fan. I ain't gonna lie, I love Mac. It's more expensive, but I've had these Macs. I haven't had any major problems with them. But there's Windows out there that's computers that do just fine too. So I'm not warned against it. But a lot of these softwares are for cross-platform, so you don't have to worry about whether you have Mac or PC. Either one will work. Okay. All right. Any last questions? I hope and I pray that I give you more information. I hope and pray that the information that is on the resource and the 10 more buttons that I'm going to put in that you'll see in by the morning will help your ministry. I'm going to just load you up on as much content as possible. And I hope and pray that this will be a blessing to you, blessing to your ministry. It's a work in progress. You're not going to be perfect right away, but through time, practice, your ministry is going to be great. And I can't wait to see some of y'all stream on Sunday because I can tell from y'all beefing up, and that's good because it's about ministry. People want to see your church. They want to see what's going on. They want to communicate. So I'm excited for those who are going to stream on the Sunday. And I pray that everything works so well. I pray that God really blesses your ministry. I pray that everything works seamlessly, that the troubleshooting will go well. People will see the ministry in its purest form and be able to interact and engage with the pastor, engage with everything you're going to share or present on Sunday. So any questions before I pray it out? Any questions? Any questions? This is really good. I hope that this helps you. I'm gonna put this stream up on the website where you go back and see this. Okay. So let's pray this out. Father God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this evening. We thank you for this workshop. We thank you for these 2 days that we've had together. I pray that what I've said tonight and what was given would bless and be a benefit to your ministries. You've given us this task. You've given us this opportunity. And God, we know that you are in control. And we thank you for the opportunity to engage our members, to share with them that God is still on the throne, that we can do things in excellence, and that you can be glorified, and that someone can come closer to you. We thank you for this opportunity to be a part of the kingdom and a part of growing the ministry. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. As you guys still have service. Yes, we're still having service. We're just doing, no one's coming to the church, of course. And of course, we're practicing social distance. So I have a team of 5 people, or 6 people will be with me. And then there's another group of 5 or 6 people will be on the stage. And then another people will be on a corner with a band. So, and we're going to work it out that way. And then we're going to end and be home. So we're gonna make it work, and then we are prepared. Like I told you earlier, our pastor has a GoPro, so as a plan B, if something goes wrong or go down, whatever, he'll just GoPro and we'll just either pull it in. I've already prepared a complete live pre-edited service, so we can flip over to it. So I'm ready for plan A, plan B, whatever, whatever. Okay. All right. Thank y'all so much. You all have a good night. God bless you. This was awesome. I will do it again. Sorry for the streaming. So low quality. I blame on AT&T, and I will be calling in tomorrow and yelling because I don't know what's going on. I think I'm being throttled like majorly in this area. So thank you so much again for dealing with that, and we'll get better. Okay. God bless you. You all have a great night.